So Richard and our African brother Desmond, they are the ones who actually started this. So I'm actually looking at a message that was sent to me this morning. So I thought this QZ issue is now closed, now that Priya did do her official statement. So I'm just going to read this, and then after I'll listen to a voice note, which I will translate because it is in Zulu. This is from Ayanda, one of the people who are strongly promoting QZ Asset Management in South Africa. So let me start with this. And there is a Google Drive which shows the income statements, Richard's income statement, that shows the conversations that he's been having with Blake and Mike. That just shows everything. And I don't know how to get this, guys. You will have to be in a group in order to get this, or maybe I'll just put it on a Google Drive somewhere and then you guys can access that. So let me just start by reading this, and then I'll put my headphones and try and translate the message that I got, which basically says how we got scammed, how it wasn't easy for us to see that it was a scam. And what makes people angry with QZ is not just because they got invited to a business and then they decided, because I strongly believe that we decided. No one can force you to do something that you do not want. We made the decision to join the business. So now that we lost our money, we try to blame other people, but then it was our responsibility to go and check. But even if you were to check, I don't think we were going to find information like this. So let me just first read this WhatsApp message. It's like a long paragraph and then actually many paragraphs. I'll read as much as I can, and then I'll put my headphones and listen to the message from Ayanda, where he's angry with the directors, people who brought this, and also there's a case that was open at the moment. And guys, money from Binance. So remember when we paid QZ, money used to go to a Binance wallet address. So lucky enough, they contacted Binance, and Binance did freeze that account. So all that monies were sent into a specific address, and then that address, lucky enough, it belongs to Binance. So our leaders, guys, be careful who you rob, who you scam. Leaders, we have advocates, professors, doctors, people who are educated, people who know how to track these things, IT specialists, people who are in this business. So now there is a group that is formed, and the case is opened. Binance funds that are in that wallet, QZ Asset Management wallet, which is $700 million in dollars, guys, in dollars, that is frozen because Binance did agree that they do not agree with any scam, so they're just going to freeze that amount. So it's pointless for Blake and fake Blake, because I think he is a fake one. There is a real one and there is a fake one. So now it's pointless because he didn't really get the money. So I'm not sure, even if we get to a point where the money needs to be taken to the investors, how they're going to do that without the system, unless if Binance says, okay, these are the addresses which actually deposited money into the account. And sometimes I don't think that will be wise, because some of these people, we actually they deposited money to us and we bought for them, so money will be coming back to us, not to the actual downliners. So let me just read this, and then I will also translate the voice message that you guys need to listen. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe. I really need this channel to get to 20 before the end of July, and I know I cannot do it alone. I need you guys to do it with me. So let me just go straight to this message. Hi, you can call me a whistleblower, or WB in short. And okay, there's a call. Let me just decline it. I'm from the IT department. Get to know from the MLM system that you are one of the members. What I am going to tell you will shock you and surprise you. QZ was headed by Blake in China prior to entering the Africa and South American markets. They only deal with corporate clients. During the end of the pandemic in early 2022, Richard Apaya from Ghana approached QZ. Okay, there is a call that is coming in. I need to answer. Hello, I'm in the middle of recording a message. Can you call me after 15 minutes? 15 minutes. All right, so let me continue, guys, because I really don't want to edit this message. QZ was headed by Blake in China prior to entering the Africa and South American market. They only deal with corporate clients. During the end of the pandemic in early 2022, Richard Appiah and Ghana approached QZ to seek a collaboration. The deal is for QZ to provide the trading bot BDI to trade, and Richard will design and set up an LMM system and will launch the MLM program to the new markets. Therefore, in August 2022, Richard approached leaders from South Africa and launched it there. After running the program successfully for a few months, Richard and his partner decided to go for IPO, and Blake agreed. But the deal is their entire IPO will be handled by Richard and his team. So now think about it. All this time we thought QZ is the one is launching this IPO, but it was only Richard and his team. And then the W8 ban tax exemption declaration is also imposed by Richard's team. The reason I'm telling you all this now is because I have enough evidence to believe that Richard is using QZ and Blake to run his element Ponzi scheme. On the one hand, he imposed the pause in withdrawal using the W8 ban as an excuse. On the other hand, he started posting negative messages on his Facebook to let the whole world feel that he's also a victim. He's doing this to protect himself, as many in Africa knows he's the one who brought QZ in Africa. Attached is a Google Drive link that has all the screenshot of Richard's conversation with Blake and Mark, Richard's income statement from his back office, and also proof of the special commission that he cheated from his partner Desmond in Nigeria. So like there's a Google Drive. I'll create one and just post everything there. In the income statement, you will see the weekly special commission paid to him and also the shareholder dividends that he's receiving. His login name is Wealth Living 01 and his password is 123456QZ. You can log in to see his network tree and income statement. The IP address also show that there is an operating the MLM system mainly from his native country, Ghana and the UK. Finally, if you read the conversation between Blake and Richard, their partnership has broken down because Richard keeps delaying the clearing of the W8 form and also fails to give new updates on the RPO and the FSCA license application. Blake is going to sue. Hey, Bana. Blake is going to sue Richard and has terminated their cooperation. Therefore, you must be prepared that Rich Appiah will shut down the element system and run away because all the money received via the element system will go to him first. Do what deemed fit to protect yourself and your investors. So yeah, guys, this is information that comes from someone. So I am now going to put my headphones and then listen to Ayanda, who is also one of the upliners who recruited a lot of people. I think he's the celebrity guy. But let me just try and convert what he was saying in Zulu, because I know some of you don't understand Zulu, especially my Nigerian brothers and sisters. I am very protective of them. I want them to understand everything, even India, China, everyone who have joined QZ. So I'm just going to convert what he is saying. Good afternoon, great leaders. I see that if I wait and not say what I know, I'm on the road now. It's the morning, but we are trying always. You can think of. We understand the pain. All of us have invested a lot of money. We cannot just sit down and fold our hands as if nothing happened. The latest update is as you know that QZ worked with systems and also the website, and we now found out that there is an underground force, people who have given themselves. We have advocates, doctors, professors, IT specialists, lawyers. We have everyone in QZ. Those were also misled and who have lost a lot of money. So right now it has shown that QZ has messed with the wrong people. How? As I am speaking to you right now, there is an underground force that is working day and night. And they will make sure that within 24 hours, they manage to communicate with Binance. What is Binance? That's an app where we can buy crypto. So Binance has nothing to do with the fraud that is done in QZ. Binance is just an app where you can buy crypto. So Binance was able to communicate with our underground force to say we are ready to work with you. So God being good, the address that was used by QZ Asset Management, it's more like a bank account in Binance, where the money was sent. This address is owned by QZ. It was found out that it had $700+ million that was there. So when this whole thing, the whole mess started, they started trying to move money to another wallet address. So when the underground force started engaging with Binance, Binance is not an app that deals with fraud and doesn't like fraud. So they are working with us. That's why we say Binance is #1 in the world. So they are communicating with us. We're able to move money from the wallet where the money was sent, and now the money is coming back. So the money was moved to the QZ account and the money is frozen. So Binance is the app that was used by QZ Asset Management, and Binance said, I am listening to you and I don't really agree with fraud. I will work with you. So the money is moved, it's reversed to the main QZ wallets. So the money was moved and it didn't end there. The underground force also asked Binance to make sure that the money is not going to be touched by anyone. And Binance did assure us that the money will not be moved. So Binance will make sure and protect the money, make sure that it doesn't move to anyone. $700 million. What does this say? This says that the money that they thought they collected, it is held by Binance. So a case is already launched in Binance fraud. Things are starting to show bit by bit. While we are still there, we're also trusting that our advocates and our lawyers, we have lawyers and we have advocates, they are also working with us. The way this project was presented as legit, even if you were smart, it wasn't possible for us to figure it out. But now that things are not going well, it's easy to say that we were stupid, but the way things were designed and created, trust me, there was no way for us to know. So these are the developments that are there now, is that the money that was sent to that address, Binance is holding it. So Binance said on Monday, which is today, it's going to freeze the money so that they won't be able to transfer the money and put a notice that the money has been frozen and give a notice of why this money is frozen. So I cannot unpack everything here, but I will record another video, another voice note, where I tell you how this whole thing was done. So we were misled by people who promoted this business in Africa and other countries. So I just wanted you to share the latest news. So this is the second voice note. Morning, great leaders. I hope you are good. I thought I should come here so I can give an update about QZ Asset Management. As I said, I'll record another video. And as I said before, that as hard as it is, this is when an upliner needs to be shown to their downloaders more than ever. Just to fast forward, we joined QZ Asset Management. Why we joined the company? Reason number one. It's because we're trying to make a living. That is the reason number one. That's the first reason. Everyone who joined the business, they wanted to make money because we're trying to make a living. We're really trying to make money. Reason number two, why we joined the company, it's because of the information that was presented to us, plus and also the information that we got when we research about the information that was presented to us. The information was almost the same. So I'm just going to share what is happening. Maybe let me start there where people got lost more. QZ Asset Management, it's a company that exists. QZ Asset Management is a company that exists, and it exists in China. What happened is, this thing is painful. You know, we have this case in South Africa that talks about Besta. When you check, you look at it, you can see what happened with the Besta case. You can see that in QZ as well, we were scammed. What is happening here? So there's a group that met and planned, and they planned that they want to come and make money in Africa. When they planned that they want to make money in Africa, I want to say that they were not alone in this thing. We do have people who are part and parcel of this. Because someone might say, I'm not allowed to say this without evidence. I'll say why I'm saying this. They took a company that already exists and made a copy of it. And a company that they knew about their plans and what they are doing. They just copied the company their word. And then they opened a network marketing division. This is QZ. But then there's a fake QZ with the aim to come and loot money from Africa, working with these applicants. Some were South Africans. And then they had certain people that they started with in Africa. Something that is making me sad, and I also have a headache. I'm not really sleeping well. You can blame us because things now are bad. But when I check, we have people who are advocates, who are educated. They are saying that, yeah, this was a good scam. There was no way for an ordinary person to know. We have educated people who are also scammed, people who are working in prominent positions. But then I don't want to say which prominent positions, but these people, they were also scammed. Why? How do they know how to loot us? They went and found another CEO who looks like the original CEO, Professor Blake. And how come we didn't see? How come we didn't see? They took the very same person who looks like Professor Blake, and then they started QZ Asset Management. So the QZ that we are in, And then we are being told that this is QZ. Where they really caught us is when we go online on Nextech and look for QZM, we could see QZM. But then the QZM that we saw online is the fake one. I am not a stupid person. For the first time in my life, I am really I really got scammed. And this is not the first time where I lost money, but then this thing hit me. I'm asking myself, what kind of level is this scam and fraud that these people did? And then they took this fake China. He's the one who's been working and doing Zoom meetings, wearing suits, working with South Africans. And I'm going to show you why I'm saying that. As I'm speaking to you, great leaders, when you do research online, you will find QZ Asset Management. This is where they killed us and finished us. When they talked about NASDAQ, you will find QZ. It is not the QZ. It is not the real QZ. As I said, they were working with Africans or South Africans. As I said, that this China was the front end. And when you go online, you will see this Chinese, which is not the real one. All I want to say is one thing, is that the way this whole thing was planned, and they used Chinese as for front. And as we already know from background, we always trust Chinese people. We know they're not associated with scam. What we see online, it's a fake company. But what makes me cry the most, where I'm crying the most, is we are misled by our own. I'm not the type of person who points fingers when something happens. I'm not that person. But one thing that makes me firm, that this one, I cannot hold it and hide it. One May, when the withdrawals were closed, the first person I called is my planner, Bongiwe Dlamini. And what I like is that Bongiwe, she is in this group. If there's something that she doesn't know, she will say. I did say, Bongiwe Dlamini, I'm not happy because your silence is too much about the decision that the company is making. What they are announcing now, 1 May, and that there is a form. And every time I speak, they will say that I'm just a Zulu man who likes speaking. And I also told her that you act like a person who's been sold, who's been bought, because you keeping quiet, you are so relaxed, you keep pushing the business, but yet we are not getting answers. I did tell her that she looks like a person who's been bought, but they kept saying, we need to complete this form, there's nothing that we can do. She must just say no and say I'm talking nonsense. The second thing, there's different things that happen where we didn't see the upliners and our directors and our board members siding with us as members as if they know. There's a group that was open called QZ Billionaires, and people were allowed to go, and this group got full, so we were not able to join. We were not able to add more people. So in this group, I did state most of our complaints, but then they never responded. Or if they respond, they'll say I'm just a Zulu man who's primitive. So they were blaming me as I tried to raise issues. So they will be rude, just like they didn't want to answer second week of May, I asked if those people who have qualified for ranks and vacations, that they should be paid. And then they said they will speak to the company. They didn't. The only thing that they said is that they will go and talk to the management, and no one came back with a response. I even found someone, since I already asked too much in the group, and then I found someone else to also ask the same question. Because I'm labeled as a Zulu man who's primitive, so anything that was against the Chinese, they will crush you, make a joke, and not answer. I am talking about them. Now they're coming to Zoom crying, and now we must feel sorry for us, feel sorry for them. I told them. And then I asked Zandi Esbia, who's also in this group, and then I said, Zandi, I cannot go and make follow-up about the paying our bonuses and the trip. Ask on my behalf, since they already think I'm talking too much. And then Zandile did send a message and say, Ayanda Mabaso did ask this question. What's the answer? And then the response that we got from one of the leaders is no one is going to get any bonuses until the withdrawals are approved. And we work hard just to get that response. And these directors kept quiet. Great leaders. Theory won't help us with anything. But what I want us to know, the decision that have been made, a case has been opened because we know that these Chinese were not eating alone. The same people who shared the information with us are the same people who are busy enjoying the money while we are busy crying. You see? So we're busy sharing content that is not true with people, and they are busy getting money. So there is a case that is open. Leaders. The underground force have managed to work with Binance. A case has been opened. We are going to open another case in Durban since the case in Joburg has been opened. So leaders, it was nice making money, but obviously other people are affected. What I want to say is, in my personal capacity is great leaders, I also shared the business that I thought was good. And I wanted to transform people's lives. And the company was paying, I don't want to lie. The only thing that we didn't know is that we were used and that they are looting, and the company was paying. On that one, great leaders, I want to apologize to everyone. And others were started to get income, but then now they stopped. And I am so sorry, leaders. Thank you so much. All right, leaders, these are the voice notes from Ayanda Mabasa, and this is the end of the video, and I'll keep you updated because it looks like this one doesn't want to be closed. Yeah, to all my downlines, which were few, I'm also sorry, guys. I shared what I knew, and moral of the story is next time, let's make the right decisions. Do not join anything that you're not sure of, and do not join because someone joined, someone you trust. Join, and do not use the money that you cannot afford to lose in this business, because really, guys, I am tired of joining these businesses, and I'm not going to join any of these other businesses. I'm sticking to LiveGood now. If you want to join my team, you can join, and then you can contact me. Let's just make money with a legit company, because right now anything else that requires a person to pay more than $100, I am not up for that. Let's just work hard for our money knowing that it will grow slow, but then we will be happy one day because we can still make millions on LiveGood. Thank you so much for watching. This is the recent update from QZ. Underground Force, and please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification, and do share this with more people so that we can keep updated with this QZ saga. Thank you so much for watching.